The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has been making headlines recently. A recent operation led to the arrests of hundreds of migrants with violent criminal histories. However, the operation has sparked debate over tactics and due process. Critics argue that some migrants may be unfairly targeted and question the lack of transparency. This highlights the need for transparency and due process in immigration enforcement. Recent ICE operations have brought Bhutanese refugees into sharp focus. At least 60 refugees have been detained and 13 deported. This has left the Bhutanese community in fear and uncertainty. Many fled ethnic persecution in Bhutan, spending years in Nepalese camps. The U.S. offered them a chance at a new life. ICE claims the detained had prior removal orders. Community leaders argue due process wasn't followed. Deportations leave refugees stranded, highlighting the human cost of enforcement. The recent ICE operation has also, brought to light a controversial agreement between ICE and the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS. These two agencies have agreed to share immigrant tax data. The idea is that this data sharing will help identify and potentially deport individuals living in the U.S. illegally. But, as you might expect, the agreement has sparked debate about privacy concerns. Critics argue that it could lead to racial profiling and, honestly, the unjust targeting of immigrant communities. They also worry about the potential misuse of this sensitive information. Proponents of the agreement, however, argue that it's a necessary tool for enforcing immigration laws. They believe it will help identify individuals who are evading taxes and possibly engaging in other criminal activities. Still, the lack of transparency surrounding the agreement and how it's being implemented is, fueling distrust and anxiety. The agreement underscores the growing reach of immigration enforcement and its intersection with other government agencies. It also raises some pretty critical questions about the balance between national security and individual privacy rights in, this digital age. Section 4. Community response and legal challenges. The recent ICE operation and the data sharing agreement have sparked outrage and fear within immigrant communities. Organizations like Asian Refugees United and the Asian Law Caucus are working tirelessly to support those affected. They are providing legal aid, challenging detentions, and advocating for more humane immigration policies. Community members are also organizing protests and rallies. They are demanding an end to what they see as discriminatory and unjust practices. These demonstrations highlight the growing fear and frustration within immigrant communities. They also demonstrate the power of collective action in the face of adversity. Legal challenges to the ICE operation and the data sharing agreement are underway. Lawyers are arguing that these actions violate the constitutional rights of immigrants. They are also questioning the legality of the data sharing agreement, citing privacy concerns. These legal battles could have far-reaching implications for immigration enforcement in the United States. They also highlight the crucial role of the judicial system in upholding the rights of all individuals, regardless of their immigration status. Section 5. Balancing enforcement with fairness. The recent ICE operation and the data sharing agreement have ignited a complex and sensitive debate about immigration enforcement in the United States. While the agency argues that these actions are necessary to protect public safety, critics express concerns about due process, transparency, and the potential for discrimination. The situation underscores the challenges of balancing the need for immigration enforcement with the importance of upholding human rights and ensuring fairness. It also highlights the human cost of these policies and their impact on individuals, families, and communities. Moving forward, it is crucial to foster a more nuanced and informed conversation about immigration. This conversation must consider the complexities of the issue and prioritize the dignity and rights of all individuals. It must also address the root causes of migration and promote humane and just solutions. Ultimately, the goal should be to create an immigration system that is both effective and humane, one that upholds the rule of law while also respecting the rights and dignity of all individuals. This requires a commitment to transparency, accountability, and a recognition of the contributions of immigrants to American society.